guys, welcome back. We're going to talk about the next 4 games here. Trying a remote that's hooked up to my phone right now. I had some wireless ones that would go on my shirt, but I could not get them to work. So then I bought a different one and didn't have the right plug end that I needed. So now I'm trying a third one, hoping that my audio will get a little bit better and you guys can hear me a little bit better. So basically today I want to talk about the next 4 games here. These are the last 4 MCR games that I have. First one we're going to talk about here is Tron. I restored this probably 5 years ago or so. This cabinet itself was in Pennsylvania, probably about 5-6 hours from me. And don't even know what that is. It was in a flood. So the guy who had it had a house, and this was in his basement, and the basement ended up flooding. And the cabinet really was completely screwed up, probably from here down. But when the basement started to flood, he was smart enough to go down there and take all the electronics out of the bottom of the cabinet. So he took all those out of there and put them in a plastic bin. I had found this on Facebook Marketplace at about 5:30 in the morning, something like that. And he had it listed for $50. So I was the first one to respond and say I was on my way. So I literally left right away and went and grabbed it. It was about almost a 10-hour drive, round trip, 9 hours, something like that. I barely got it out of the basement and into my van without having it fall apart on me. And then he gave me a big tote of all the parts, and the monitor that was in it was necked, so that was broken, so I couldn't use the monitor that was in it. What I ended up doing to this cabinet was from here, about here down, is all new. New front piece, from here down's new on the sides, new bottom. I had to make a new back door, but everything from here up is original. So everything bolted in like it should have. You know, the control panel bolted back in, all this stuff for the black light, everything bolted in nice. The shroud for the monitor was in good shape. I sanded it down and repainted it. All the artwork came from Phoenix Arcade, wasn't it? I think that's whoever makes it with the black light reflective. Whoever that was, that's where I got it from. I forget now. But I ordered the whole entire art package for everything. Sides and everything from the same guy. Pretty sure it was Phoenix Arcade, but I can't remember for sure. I got a light bulb out on one of my 25-cent things down here. But anyways, so I fixed the cabinet. I ran a vertical grade laminate down the sides of this cabinet. The reason why I used a vertical grade laminate is I had a body seam right through here. And if I wouldn't have put the laminate on the side of the cabinet, over time that could have shrank back and you would have saw that body seam going through the artwork. And I didn't want that to happen, so I chose to do the vertical grade laminate, and it worked out really well. And it's so thin that it barely even sticks out a tiny bit past that. You would never know. But anyways, so got the cabinet fixed, got it in the basement, started putting it all together. Power supply wasn't working. I did some work to the power supply. The sense wire was giving me an issue. I ended up cutting the sense wire, I believe. And believe it or not, it fired up. The guy was right. It was working before it hit the flood. He did save it in time. Nothing got damaged. And so basically, Journey likes the track modes on. So basically, for $50, I did get a working Tron game. Obviously, the cabinet was trashed, and I had to fix it. But anyways, I'm probably about $1,100 into it with all the art and the parts I needed and different monitor and stuff like that. So I think I did really well on this one. And I saved it from being thrown away because, I mean, how many other people would have took the time to build the whole bottom half of the cabinet and fix it. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people are going to do that. They would just take the electronics and then pitch the cabinet or build a new one. But this is an all original cabinet except for that bottom half. It even has the papers inside it and everything. So it worked out really well. And then once I had it done, I had an issue. The sound quit working, and the little amplifier board, man, I tried everything rebuilding that thing and it just wouldn't work. So I ended up getting another board and it works fine. So I don't know what caused that, but my buddy 3D printed a couple Tron cycles, which this one fell over. I need to I just put some double-sided tape up here to hold it. But he 3D printed these things, and I thought they looked pretty darn cool up there. So that's basically, this is the original marquee, the glass one. When I bought the kit, it came with a marquee, but to be honest with you, the marquee that was aftermarket did not look as good as the original. Where it faded from the white to blue and stuff, it just didn't look right. And this was in extremely good shape, so I wanted to keep the original one. So I kept the original one and ended up selling the other one on eBay. But it worked out really well, though. I'm very happy with it. Fun game. I like it. I know a lot of people, some people like it, some people don't. It's just, I just think it's cool. So that's the end of that one. Like I said, I think I'm about $1,100 into it, which is not horrible at all. Okay, next to that we have Solar Fox. Now this game, I got this, I believe, from Michigan. This was actually listed for a while. I think it was listed on Clav and a couple other places. And he was firm on the price. I ended up paying $800 for it, but I wanted the game. I thought it was a cool game. I only played it like once or twice a long time ago. Couldn't really remember, a lot about it. But I just thought it was really cool, so I ended up saying heck with it. I bought it for the $800. Trying to remember, he gave me 2 joysticks with it, so I have an extra joystick with it, which is nice to have an extra one. When I got it, it was working, but it had a graphics glitch and it had no sound. And I cannot remember his name, Jeffrey something. I can't remember his last name. He was watching the videos of me restoring this and messaged me and said, hey, I could fix your board for you. So I sent the board to him, and he was so nice that he literally had it done and back to me like within a week. So he had it fixed. I got it back. Everything was working good on it, except for there was still a little bit of a graphics glitch on the bottom of the screen, and he hadn't noticed it. When he had fixed it, he just thought it was just a sound issue. But where it says Bally Midway at the bottom of the screen, that wasn't coming up. And I had told him about it, and he had sent me some new ROM chips for me to try. I tried a couple different ones, and I got it to work. And he said, hey, just send me back the old ones and I won't charge you. So he didn't even charge me for that. And he did a really good job and didn't charge me much to fix it. So other than that, this is an original screen bezel. It's a little messed up here. It had some other issues where it was peeling and flaking. I went and took craft paint and on the back side of the glass, and I touched up all the artwork everywhere that I could, and then I put sprayed triple thick over it to protect it. The marquee itself is, trying to remember where this came from. It's plastic. I don't remember where I got that, to be honest with you, because it didn't have that marquee in it when I got it. Oh, no, it did. No, this one did. I'm sorry. This was in it. So that is the original marquee. I'm thinking of the other game. I got a new control panel overlay. This old game, I want to say, on this. And then as far as the artwork goes, obviously I redid the coin door. I redo all my coin doors. All the artwork is original artwork that I brush touched. I have videos of it on YouTube. Everything was brush touched, and then what I did was I used a clear coat over top that I rolled onto the cabinet. Like I said, it's all in my videos, but there was like gouges and stuff coming through the artwork, and I just took my time, mixed up the colors, and filled them in, and then I found a gray that matched almost perfectly to the original, so I repainted all around the artwork gray, all by hand, and I think it turned out really, really well. So I think I don't know, probably $1,000 into the game, so it's not a ton, I don't think. I think it's a real fun game to play. Monitor's down there, reflects onto a mirror. The original artwork is in the back, is always in all good shape. That cardboard on the side and everything, you know, all that was nice. A lot of times that stuff's missing, or the game's been converted. So luckily this one wasn't. Okay, so that's pretty much Solar Fox and what I did to it and all that stuff. Next to that we have Satan's Hollow. Now, when I got this game, this was converted to a 1942. Now, when I got it, there was no game in it. It just had a 1942 marquee on it. And I want to say that the control panel overlay was a piece of vinyl or something over it. I don't remember that very well. Now, once again, all original side art. I sat there, it's all on my videos, brush touched all this artwork up, re-sprayed the red, and then automotive clear coated it. Painted all the black on the inside. The Satan's Hollow marquee and the CPO came from Escape Pod. I believe that's where that came from. This was original. This was on the cabinet. The glass screen bezel was original. It was on the cabinet. Nobody had ever messed with either of them. Now, this originally had a black light in here. Okay, I did not have the fixture. Somebody took the fixture out, so I didn't have any of the black light fixture. So what I ended up doing was putting an LED light strip in here. 1 second. So I put the LED light strip in there, and it had like a bluish color, which looked just like black light, and I flipped it to black light. And then all of a sudden, I'm just kind of flipping through the colors, and it came on red. And I just liked the way it looked red, so I said, hell with it, I'm going to keep it red. But I could make it black light blue, and you would never know. But anyways, I kept it red, and this joystick handle is supposed to have been black. And I put the red one on there because I just thought it looked cooler. I believe that was the case, or maybe it was Solar Fox. Whichever. I get a little confused sometimes. I don't remember if this one was supposed to be black or red. Maybe this was supposed to be red and that one was supposed to be black. But I can't remember. Coin door I redid. All new T-molding. Running all the original hardware inside of this. I bought the cabinet. I believe I paid $400 for it. And I'm trying to remember where I went to get it. I think it was Ohio, Southern Ohio, that I picked it up. It had come up for sale, and I messaged the guy. It was definitely about a 5-hour drive each way. And he held it for me until the weekend, and I went out there and grabbed it from him. The PCB, I can't remember where I bought that from, but I want to say in my head I paid $600 or $700 for it. It had a monitor in it. The guy who owned the game previously, when it had the 1942 in it, he rebuilt the monitor. So I didn't have to touch the monitor. It was perfect. It's running a switcher power supply in here. It does have the original one in there, but I'm running a switcher on it right now. Other than that, I think that's it as far as what I put into it. So probably $1,200 to $1,400 area onto this game. Another real fun game. This game reminds me a lot of Galaga in a way, just by the way you shoot and stuff like that. Real fun game. I like it a lot. I passed on one of these things probably 8 or 10 years ago for a couple $100, and I never should have done that. And I always wanted one ever since then. And it took me until 2 years ago, 3 years ago to find this one. I just don't, you don't see them up for sale very often. Neither one of these really. But I think that's all on this one that I can think of. Artwork turned out really well. I tried to save all the artwork as much as possible, you know, when I can. This was all painted black. I stripped all the paint off. It's all on my video. You'll be able to see it all if you guys go back and watch those videos. All right, so that's Satan's Hollow. And then the last one over here is Journey, of course, the loud one. You can turn the attract mode off. I just leave it on. I kind of like it. Now, this Journey cabinet, I did pay up for this one. This was not a cheap restoration. Supposedly they only made 1,000 of these. I don't know if that's true or not, but I bought this cabinet itself from Washington State. Had it shipped to me from Washington State. I think I paid $1,000 for the cabinet. It cost me like $600 to get it shipped here. So, but the cabinet came with the coin door, the control panel, had the monitor, had the speakers, had all the brackets and everything for the marquee. Didn't have a marquee in it. The PCB, I want to say I bought that from Quarter Arcade. I believe he had it. I think it was $900 or $1,000 for the PCB. And then I found the board that runs the tape deck off of eBay. I think I paid $170 for that. Wiring harness was made by Golden Age Arcade. He made the wiring harness for this. Joystick I had, buttons and stuff I had, all that stuff. This is just like a Pac-Man style joystick. It's running all original hardware except for a switching power supply with the MCR adapter. It's running a tape deck. I made the tape deck bracket. All that stuff's on my video. Artwork came from Joe Zabo. He did all the artwork, including the screen and the marquee. This is all like reverse mounted or printed. I don't know how he does his, but it's all on the back side of the plexiglass on both of them. Automotive painted it, fixed up. The cabinet was in pretty good shape when I got it. I did not have to do a ton of body work to it. It was in exceptional shape. It had the original paperwork on the inside from the tape deck and all that stuff still stapled inside the cabinet. So if I were to guess, I would think I'm somewhere around $3,500 into this game, which I know is fair because I know they sell for more than that. But once again, I like Journey. I've always liked Journey, the group, and you know, their music and all that stuff. So this was a no-brainer, something I really wanted, and it's been working great ever since I got it. Trying to think if there's anything else with this one. So basically, all four of these games, well, 3 of these 4 games, Tron had all the pieces. Everything else I had to source. I had to find the parts and pieces to get these things to work again like they were originally put together. And it gets hard sometimes, you know, and especially now it's getting harder and harder as the years go on. It seems like there's less and less available, you know, to come across and get. When I got this all done, I had a horrible audio hum on the tape deck when the tape deck would turn on, and I went back and I watched John's arcade videos when he did his, and he had a horrible hum, so I kind of followed his guidance and replaced all the capacitors on that board, and it solved the problem, and it's been working good ever since. Tape deck turns on and off, doesn't really make a hum. It's got a little bit of a thud, but not bad at all, but it originally was really bad. So it works really well now. Joe Zabo, like I said, did the side art and everything, so it turned out really nice. When I got the cabinet, it was still blue on the sides. So what I was able to do, I actually took this cabinet to the automotive paint shop, and we held up samples until we got the color to match the paint that was on the cabinet. So in my eyes, I think this is the closest blue that you're ever going to get because I was able to go off the original blue. And then I bought a record off of eBay and just kind of stuck it up here because it's the same record, same artwork on the record as the game. I stuck this, it's just got a piece of Velcro on the back of it. There's electrical boxes up here that these games plug into. So I just did it to hide that, and I just thought it was a pretty cool idea. So basically, that's the last 4 MCR games that I have. Then I got a little gumball machine over here. I figure I might as well talk about this real quick. This I got, boy, I would say 20 years ago I got these. And I took them all apart. They were red. Took them all apart, repainted them all this teal color, tealish blue color, greenish, I don't know what you call it. I bought it for 50 bucks, redid it all. Funny thing was, when I opened it up, there was like $20 in quarters in it. So I paid like $30 for it. The paint I had, and it was just nothing more than just sanding and painting it. So we use it. Obviously, it's almost empty now. We don't really use it much in the summertime, so we kind of, you know, empty it. Once it gets empty, we don't really fill it during the summer. But there were Skittles on this side and peanut M&Ms on that side. What I did was I took the coin mechs apart so that you can just get candy for free, so you don't have to put money in there. So I think that's it for today on these 4 games. Next week we'll go down this row here. We'll talk about Asteroids Deluxe. We'll talk about this Nintendo cabinet, which is the second cabinet I ever built from scratch. Maybe we'll talk about that briefly. And then we'll talk about Neo Geo and Frogger. Okay, and then the following week we will probably do the Nintendo cabinets, the Cuphead and the Fix-It Felix and all that stuff. And then we can move over to these games over here. And we'll just kind of keep working our way around until we talk about them all. Like I said before, if anybody wants to see the inside of any of these games, you know, let me know. If anybody's working on something and wants to know how something goes or how something works, you know, feel free to send me a message. I have no problem opening them up and taking pictures, sending you pictures or whatever, or even making a video on it if you guys want. So, all right, well, that's going to end this video, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Please hit the like, subscribe, share, hit the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you guys can comment and let me know if the audio sounds any better. Just curious to see if this microphone that I'm using currently is going to work better than what it was before. So let me know, and I will see you guys later. Thanks.